I think basically came to us, some folks on our team, and was like, hey, just so you know, like, you should be on high alert. We thought that there was a lot of Russian propaganda in the 2016 election. We have it on notice that basically there's about to be some kind of dump of that's similar to that. So just be vigilant. I think it was 5 or 7 days when it was basically being determined whether it was false. The distribution on Facebook was decreased, but people were still allowed to share it. So you could still share it, you could still consume it.
Jackie, questions for social media, but questions for the FBI, why they're going around to social media companies telling them to suppress a story.
Why is the FBI calling Mark Zuckerberg? He is a CEO of a company. He's not a politician. He has nothing to do with this. I can't even understand it. It's mind-boggling. And what's amazing is that Meta released a statement on this, and they said this is not a new revelation. Mark and Director Wray have both publicly testified about this. Well, the average American might be listening to Joe Rogan, but they're not listening to House testimony and reading transcripts and whatnot. So this really was a revelation to many people who didn't understand this was happening. Also amazing, he throws Twitter under the bus. He says Twitter completely censored this. I just had an algorithm that was pushing it lower on the totem pole.
Thanks for
it really
watching.
makes you think about pre-COVID when the Congress was thinking about, really starting to investigate how should we regulate these companies, what is their role in business and society and politics, and should they have this much power? And then COVID essentially overshadowed that, and it's fell lower on the list. But this is a question that needs to be addressed. And generally, I am not for big government, but these social media companies have become so big, so powerful, have so much control. Mark Zuckerberg knows very well that he is influencing the election either way. If he suppresses that story, even pushes it down lower, it's censorship, right? And a certain amount of people can't see it, can't read it, can't talk about it, they can't have an exchange, and it would be in Joe Biden's favor. If he does put the story out there, brings the Hunter Biden news out, yes, that could impact the election as well. But maybe it shouldn't be his decision.
Please subscribe if you haven't.
And when you look at the FBI, Doctor, so they are suppressing the Hunter Biden story, but as Senator Hawley points out, they effectively laundered information about the 2016 Russian dossier, which turned out to be a hoax. So kind of a different standard.
Yeah, so what we're seeing is this
Thanks for watching.
Russian
God bless.
interference, guys, when it's really this domestic interference by the FBI. You know, they blocked a major story which tilted the national scales towards the Democrats. That could have definitely influenced the election. So they're hiding this information.